which I have selected for my project P. So I would redesign this particular device in project P, but first I'm going to tell you what are the good things in this interface and what are the bad things or things which I haven't understood the first time. So let's take a quick review of this device. This is basically a Brown's hair straightener. So this is a basic interface of this device. So as I have used this device pretty often for straightening my hairs, so I'm going to tell you what different user interface elements this particular device has. So I have plugged this device in already. So to turn on the device, I have to just slide this sliding button. It turns on as this red light lights up, so the device is now on. So now we have to sufficiently heat this device before we can use it. So this is a knob here, this is a rotating knob, so we can rotate it from minimum to maximum, and at maximum, like this is now at maximum, and this has now more heat at maximum, and if you want to just slow it down, just minimize the heat, we can do it other way around. So one thing, please note that I am explaining this because I use this device pretty often, so that's why I know that. So now I will tell you that when I first used this device, what challenges I faced and what good things I observed. So first I would talk, as assignment said in its first section, that what works well. So first of all, this device has a really narrow gulf of execution. So when first I used this device, my mental model was about this device really matched or really aligned to the particular sequential action of this device. Like for example, my intended goal is to heat or to straighten my hair. So my mental model was that I have to just on this device, and then I have to give pretty heat, some heat using this device, and this UI model, this UI interface really matched and aligned with my mental model. So I was able to execute my intended goal, and I was able to identify the actions or sequence of actions which I need to execute to achieve my goal. And so because the interface is not cluttered, it's simple, so and also my mental model really aligned with the design of the device, so I was able to say that it has really a narrow gulf of execution. So second thing is the discoverability of the various features of the device is really easy. I can really discover readily that this is a slider button, this can be on and off, this is a knob, this is a rotating knob, and this is LED. So discoverability is again a good aspect of this device. And then the interface is very simple. So what I am here describing are the principles which apply here on the user interface of this device, keeping in view the section 2 of or the unit 2 of lecture. So yeah, this device has really simple interface, so simplicity is also one good aspect of the device. Then ease and comfort. Once first I used or tried to use the device, it was really easy for me to handle the device, to approach various icons. As seeing, there is a sufficient distance between two interface elements, like between this slider button and LED and the knob. So and it's really approachable and it's really accessible for the user, so it's really easy to handle and use the device in its current form, as you can see here. So owing to the fact that the mental model of the user really aligns with the UI element of the device, so I am able to get useful things or useful clues that how can I use this device. So this alignment of the user's mental model with the actual use of the device and sequence of actions which the user needs to take to actually activate or use the device, and that really aligns with the user's mental model, really makes, so that thing really makes the device working and usable. So now I would briefly tell about what are some of the things which needs to be improved, or there are some areas of improvement in the device or challenging thing. So first of all, the first thing is the lack of consistency. So here you are seeing this LED is red color. Usually the red color on devices or the machines show alarm or emergency. So here when I turn this on, so this LED shows that this device is not in working condition or this is on, but this LED being its red color traditionally shows the emergency, but here there is no emergency. So this is inconsistent with the other norms or other such kind of interfaces which have like green LED which shows when any device turns on. So that's a usual way of showing that device is turned on, but here it's red LED, which is really inconsistent with similar interfaces. So first when I just handled this device and I just saw this red LED, I just frightened that maybe there is something alarming or there is error in the device. So this showing or this lighting of this red LED really shows up that there is some emergency, but actually this shows here in the context of this particular device that the device is turned on. So this is one thing which is an inconsistency. Also, gulf of evaluation here is really wide. So I mean there is no way of knowing out that is the device sufficiently hot or heated. The both plates are really heated now, that I can just put in my hairs and straighten them. So I just have to randomly just check it by placing my hairs. Yes, it's now sufficient to heat or not. And sometimes I accidentally burnt my hairs. So this is again shows the wider gulf of execution. I was never able to interpret that yes, my device is now heated sufficiently, and um, and now I can use that. Sometimes I just turn it off and wait for some, and then I just touch it. But sometimes I accidentally burnt my finger because there is no way of knowing that the device is sufficiently heated, and I was unable to interpret that my goal is actually achieved or not. So, and here there is a wider gulf of execution. So again, another thing which I observed is the absence of perceptibility. So the user, being me as a user, I was never able to understand or figure out that how much time it takes the device to actually heat these plates, and I was never able to get any clue that in which particular state the device is. Either is it in the middle stage of heating or start stage of heating, or it's heated sufficiently or it's overheating. So there is no way of knowing out by just looking at the interface, and interface here that this device has any clue which give the user good information that in which state the device is. So the lack or absence of perception is another one challenging thing which I observed in this device. So lastly, another challenging aspect is the less availability of signifiers. So as you know, there are some things like here, this I don't know, like I never knew what this is about, what its function is or what its purpose is. And again, this LED, there is no signifier or clear label available with this LED, and also with this knob there are no signifiers or labels clearly showing what the purposes of these UI icons are. So these are something which are challenging. So as I have described in this particular demo, that this selected interface of this device which I have selected for my P project have some good things and some things which needs to be improved or redesigned, which I would really redesign in the second section of the redesigning, and I will present that in my project write-up. Thank you for your time. Have a good time.